Hello. Pre-game video time. Opponent, Detroit Lions. Now they're 4-3 like we are. They play in a very tough division, the NFC North, although I bet fans of other teams might dispute that little tidbit I just said about NFC North being a very, very tough division. Oh my. Well, what else do the Lions and the Cowboys have in common? Well, each team does have an explosive, exciting wide receiver. For, of course, the Cowboys, there's Des Bryant. For the Lions, there's Calvin Johnson, a.k.a. Megatron. And there was Des Bryant just simply said something, anything Calvin Johnson can do, he could probably do as well. And I'm guessing because it's Des Bryant being a Cowboy, it got blown out of proportion and it was made into a bigger deal than it was supposed to. I suspect it was just nothing more than just an innocent comment. I mean, do I think Des Bryant needs to be careful in what he says to the press? I mean, yeah, I do, because they can take his words and totally twist them around and make it into something it's not supposed to be. Now, defensively, I know, I've got, of course, the defense for Cowboys, of course, the defensive line thinned out by injuries. Jay Ratliff got cut. I've heard some stories going around, but I'm not going to get into them. I'm not going to get into them because they're probably going to take too long to talk about. But we did cut one member of the offensive line, David Arkin, who I don't think was doing much anyway, and replaced him with Jaker Hamilton, who was on the practice squad, so maybe he might play. Who knows? Considering DeMarcus Ware, of course, with the quad injury, he's not going to be there, so we're going to need as much help on that defensive line as we can, even if it takes scrubs, practice players, and players off the street. Do whatever it takes. Now, there is one part of this I am worried about, and that is the offensive line going up against the Lions' D-line, which, of course, is led by one of the so-called dirtiest players in the NFL. This guy gets fines what seems like every week, although I know it's not every week. And that's Ndamukong Suh. He is dirty. He's physical, he's aggressive, he goes all out, but it gets him in a ton of trouble. I listened to a little radio interview DC Fanatic did, and he made it perfectly clear he doesn't want Suh anywhere near Tony Romo, and you know what, I don't either. I've seen enough of these clips on SportsCenter of Suh taking out players. He's either stomping them in the face or he's hitting them below the knees. I know he doesn't care about the quarterback, but this is the NFL where nowadays there are tougher safety rules in place. And I know I'm guessing he probably doesn't take that into consideration. He's just one of those hit the opposing player and hit him really hard. So Ndamukong Suh has me worried. Of course, I have that, as a fan, I have that fear. I think a lot of people do when you're going up against the Lions. So we shall see what happens. I do hope that O-line stays strong and keeps Ndamukong Suh as far away from Romo as possible so that Romo can get the ball out to his receivers, to, of course, Dez and Terrence Williams and Cole Beasley and Dwayne Harris and Jason Witten. We'll see. And supposedly DeMarco Murray is supposed to play. I hope I'm right. I know I screwed up last time saying he was going to play and then finding out he wasn't. So that's going to be it for me. And I'll see you later on, maybe tomorrow afternoon, with a post-game video. So later.